Just going to put you guys on mute and share the sound. So we'll start standing. You won't need any kit for your warm-up. We've got the album Bonobo, Black Sands this morning. Alrighty, can you hear me okay over the music? Just give me a thumbs up. Yeah, all right. So I'd like you to open your feet wide, give me a little shoulder roll. And as you do it, I want you to sort of close your chest and then open. So close and then open. And then relax the chest and move into an arm circle. Think of brushing your ear as you do it. So really reach up through your fingers. And then do the same but in the opposite direction. Scoop from behind, big reach behind. And now as you do it, I want you to let your upper body move. So if you look from side to side, but keep your hips quite steady. We're then going to do one coming forwards, one coming backwards. So we're circling now in opposite directions for coordination. And reverse, back the opposite way. Your own variation on the theme is absolutely fine. Alrighty, let's go onto one leg. You bring your knee up and swing it back. So keeping a bent leg as you swing back. Do it with your hips actually quite steady. You squeeze your bottom. And then allow your pelvis to tuck and arch. So you're going to tuck and then arch. So almost like you're trying to bring your knee to your chest and then kick yourself at the back of the head as you do. All right, so let's do the other side. So fix here, pull your belly button in, keep the pelvis steady. It's more about warming up the hip and the buttock. So get your buttocks squeezed, a middle bit nice and steady. And then allow the bit in the middle to become loose. So like you're gonna bring your knee to your chest and almost like you're trying to touch the back of your head with your foot. Hello, wobbling optional, of course. Could test the balance. And last couple. And then can you take your feet a bit wider? And we're going to side lean. So opening the side of the body, reach and bring it back up. Do it again. Lean and bring it back up. Now can you extend into your fingers? So reach your fingers and do it again. So reach. And then we're going to add in a little forward lean. So we're going to reach forwards, reach to the side and over again. Lean, so we go the same way, reach forwards, other side and back over. Lean, reach forward, stick your bottom out, open the hamstrings, lean. And let's do the same the other side. So reach, come forwards, around. Think of having quite a flat back, so sort of stick your bottom out. And do it again. So lean, reach, and just one more time. Alrighty, just turning your heels in. We're going to bend and plie and bring it back up. As you do it, pull your belly button in and tuck your tailbone under. And do it again. Add some arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Either keeping the arms to the side or taking them over the top of the head. And can you do two more? On the last one, we're going to hold a bit longer. You can stay here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Alrighty, bring your feet in. Lengthen the arms. We're going to swing the leg to the front, to the back. Reaching through your toes as you do it. And you get a bit of height on your leg. We're going to switch and do the same on the other side. Point your toes. Think about your posture. Elongate up through the crown of your head. Can you get a bit more height on the leg? Alrighty, so coming down onto the back, feeling a bit warmer. Alrighty, so a bit more warming up for our feet and our wrists. We're going to circle. And can you go back in the opposite direction? Point your toes and then flex. Circling. Let's do that on the other side. So pointy toes, circling. Alrighty, back the opposite way. I'm going to do some tucks and then tap. Tuck and then tap. If you want to, add some lift. So we're going to roll and then balance at the top. See if you can get your feet off the floor and you straighten up through your spine. And into the seal for more advanced. We're going to take hold of the feet, 3 taps, and then roll. And again, 3 taps, and then roll. Lengthen your back. Do 2 more. And final one. And then if you can place the soles of your feet together, try to sit onto your sitting bones, hands around the ankle, and then just a gentle press with your knees. So pushing down and out, and then either sticking with that or see if we can add a bit of a lean forward. So think of your chest leading the way. Flashbacks from ballet class. Miss Cox, her name was. She used to teach me ballet as a child. I used to get called a silly sausage often. Okay, let's go wide through our feet. I'm going to lengthen up through the crown of the head, arms wide. If it's easier, do it without your shoes. We're going to point the toes when we're here, then flex as we go into a lean. Hold for a few seconds and then pointy toes and back up. Now if you need a wedge, arc it underneath. That'll help you get a bit of lift in the pelvis. Pointy toes quite firmly and then flex. Now if you can see yourself in your screen, how does this arm look? Can you straighten it? Work towards straightening it. And do it again. So use your own screen to get that sort of visual feedback. Now if you're more advanced on and you can reach that foot, then pull on the big toe, pull your ear down towards your knee. Encourage the stretch to go a little bit further now. And can you do 3 more? So last couple. And final one. And then when you're done, if you can give your legs a bit of a shake out, we're going to come over to all fours next. So if you have your hands just slightly wider than your shoulders, I'd like to pull your belly button in and round like a cat. If you can arch your back and reach your opposite arm and leg away. And then round like a cat, but bring your elbow to your knee. And then arch your back again. So mobilizing the lower part of your spine by tucking your tailbone and then arch and reach. Thumb up and do it again. Reach, push the ground away with the hand that's on the floor. I'm going to do that twice more on this side. Get some height on the leg, head up. And one more time. Alrighty, so on the other side, so we're going to round like a cat, and then arch the back, extend the leg, reach through the fingers. Try and get that leg high enough that you feel your buttock muscle being active, and then do it again. So reach and round. Breathe in as you reach, breathe out as you round. Push the ground away with the hand that's on the floor. And do it again. Thumbs up on that front hand. Can you do 2 more? Push the ground away. And final one. Alrighty, then from here we're going to meet in our downward dog. So can you hook your toes underneath? Put your bottom in the air. I'm just going to de-sock. As you're holding your downward dog, which is what your calves are saying today, press your heels down, press them out. Relax your shoulders. Deep breath. Alrighty, keep pressing your heels down as you walk your hands in. Touch your toes. Tuck your head in. Walk down into a seated position, and let's do some core work. So, hopping down onto your back, sliding the fingertips into the curve of your back, and pull your belly button muscle in as you go into a knee hover, first level, or second level, we alternate the legs. Keeping a bent leg or straight leg for more advanced. Good pressure on your hands, with your toes, reach through your toes. You can see your own legs in the screen. Have a look. How are they looking? Last couple. And when you're done, if you can bend your knees. Place your feet on the floor, arms facing up. And rise up into a shoulder bridge. So if you can tuck your tailbone under, lift your hips, squeeze your knees. Print your spine, bone by bone. So feel the spine pressing down, and let's do that again. You squeeze your pelvic floor, so it should feel like you're holding one in on the way up. Squeeze your knees, and then imprint down bit by bit. So basic bridge, you can stick with this version. Next level up today, and we're at the top. We're going to focus on keeping the hips level and add a hover like this with one leg. We transition to the other leg. Can we keep the hips nice and steady? Don't let the hip drop or twist. Roll your body back down. Let's try that again. We're curling back up. Keep your hips steady. If it helps, you can pop your hands on your hips and just use that as an extra kind of tune in. One of the things that helps with the alignment of the hips when we're up there is to push the foot that's on the floor quite firmly down into the ground. So tune into that on this next one. Push your foot really firmly down through the heel, through the ball of the foot. And let's do that again. Tuning into the foot on the floor. Now if you want to, you can go for a straight leg. That makes it more challenging. But only if you've got that good alignment with the bent leg. Make sense? I'm going to do it 3 more times. Now where you position your feet can make a difference. Like if the feet are too close in, you're not going to kick your hamstrings in. So be aware of how far away from your body your feet are. Can you just do that one more time? So last one. And then if you can roll your knees up to your chest, we're going to circle the knees open and around. Let your knees sort of flop and give into gravity. Mobilizing around the hip joints helps to bring fluid to the joint itself. Joint nice and mobile. And then let's reverse and go back in the opposite direction. Make the circles bigger. And last couple. Alrighty, and then use your knees just to sort of rock yourself up to a seated position. Okay, so next up, we'll do an alternative glute stretch, so yoga-based glute stretch. I'm going to have you bring this leg here so that you've got your ankle bone resting on your thigh, and then holding onto the foot here and a gentle press here. So level 1. Level 2, I'm going to wrap this elbow around here, and then I'm going to wrap this elbow underneath the foot and interlace the fingers, and sort of like almost like a cradling of a baby, rocking, immobilize around the joint. You can add a bit of height as you do the rock, kind of getting your foot through your face or somewhere up there. John, you look like you're enjoying that one. All right, let's give that a go on the other side. So first level, ankle bone across the thigh, holding onto the foot here, and then a gentle press here. And then level 2, we wrap the elbow around the leg, wrap the other elbow underneath the foot and interlace. Rocking. And if you want to take it higher, a little bit further up. You've got some good grimacing going on. Alrighty, resting up. So, going for a swim next. You can come and lay down onto your front, feet about hip width, arms extended. Can you turn your thumbs upwards, but press your shoulder blades down your back? And I want you to see if you can lift your opposite arm and leg without hunching your shoulder blade. Do that on the other side. Lift the arm and leg and press your shoulder blade down your back. As we do it again, can you keep your shoulders down, but also your hip bones sandwiched to the floor, so that you're not favouring one hip as you keep going. Get some height on the leg without the hip lifting. And then if you've mastered that, next level we add some lift through the upper body. Try and get some height with your chest, keeping your hip bones sandwiched to the floor and your shoulders down. More advanced, we're going to do double time like this. So we're not really hitting the ground anymore. Really working into the extensor muscles of the spine, strengthening into the deeper lower back muscles. I'd like to do 4 more, reaching through your toes. And then final one. And from here we're going to sit back into a groin stretch. So if you could open your knees like this, use the edges of your mat, and then back slightly as you come down onto your elbows. That's it, opening your chest. Breathing deeply, push your body weight back slightly. Now the chest needs to be open on these. Make sure that you're not rounding your chest. Eye gaze forward helps. Breathe. And then we're going to come back to our swimming theme. So notice now I'm resting my head down and doing a bit of a kick. So the feet are off the floor, like you're swimming, kicking the legs, squeezing your bottom, a bit like you're having a tantrum. Adults are allowed to. Kick, squeezing your bottom, your legs off the floor. So we want the thighs off the floor as you keep kicking. Great for working into the glutes. Kick, kick, kick. Breathe. Always good to breathe when you're having a tantrum. Last couple of deep breaths. And final one. Oh, resting off. Okay, let's meet up in the downward dog. So lifting your bottom up into the air. Allow your heels to drop. You can either stick with our basic downward dog, or bring your right foot into the middle. We're going to wrap toes around the other leg, around the back of the calf, applying your body weight through into the leg. Breathe into your belly. Alrighty, so if we swap feet, you can rest if you need to. Try the other side. So pressing down through the heel. Alrighty, walking the feet towards the hands and coming down onto your back. Okay, so hands around the back of the head. We're going to move back to our basic scissor action. We're going to bring some rotation into it, so you have your opposite knee and elbow touching for level 1 at this speed. For level 2, we're going to do it double time. Level 3, we're going to straighten the bottom leg out. Breathe. Breathing in for the count of 2. Breathing out for 2. Reaching the toes. And 2 more breaths. Alrighty, and then if you can hook your hands underneath your leg, you're going to rock up, coming up to a seated position. Let's stand. Now's a good time if you'd like to grab a drink. We're going to do some lunge stretching, so if you can find your stick, we'll use that to monitor our positioning. So if you pop the stick along your back when you're ready, and aim for a nice big stride through your feet, with the toes pointing in the same direction, but on the back foot, can you lift your heel off the ground? So you're on tiptoes, and your knuckles and lower back together. You're going to drop down. You're going to hold. Now as you hold, can you keep your knuckles and lower back together and then extend your back knee? Straighten your back leg away, but keeping your upper body upright. And then allow your back knee to bend and come back up. So do it again. Come down with a bent knee at the back. Hold. And then can you straighten your back leg away? Allow your back knee to bend again and straighten back up. Do it again. Coming down, hold. Push your back leg away, straighten it out. Breathe, bend the knee. Coming back up. We're going to do that just one more time. Coming down, hold. Straighten the leg. Bend it. And as you come back up, we're going to flatten feet, so ideally we want them parallel. Have a check-in on your back foot. Into a yoga-based hamstring stretch, we're going to lean forwards, with gentle pressure on our front leg. Leaning the chest forward and using the stick just to monitor our positioning in our back. Your head and your tailbone on there. Deep breath. And then we're going to drop the head away from the stick, and you bring your nose down towards your knee. And feel for the tailbone and the head on the stick again. Release, and we're going to turn, and can we face the other way? So line up the head, shoulders and tailbone. Feel for your knuckles and your lower back together. Back knee bent as you come down. The knuckles and the lower back together. And you straighten out through your back leg. And then bend the knee again. Coming back up. Breathe and drop. Bent knee at the back. Straightening away with the back leg. Hold. Bending the back knee in. Straightening the legs. Let's do that again. Coming down. And extend the leg. bend the knee, and come back up. One more time. As you come down, keep your body weight slightly back. Straightening the leg, bend it, coming back up. Okay, good job. So have a look at the back foot. Can you get it flat down but parallel with the other one? And then as you lean, often this hip will wander backwards. Try to pull the hip forwards as you place gentle pressure on the front thigh. Can you keep the tailbone and the stick together? Leaning forwards. Breathe. Lose the head on the stick. Then you bring your nose down towards your knee. Breathe. Feel for the tailbone and the stick coming together. Head on the stick. Hold. Breathe. Alrighty, resting off. You can give your legs a bit of a shake out there. So we're going to work on some squat technique next. Have a drink. Now you can either use your stick to monitor your posture when you're doing your squats, or if you want to grab some weights, a bit more further down the line, you want to do it weighted, then bring in some weights. If anyone's thinking of going skiing, one of the things you can do is get some wobble cushions. We do have some in stock, but they're great for ski training. You put them under your feet when you're doing squats. Probably one of the best things that sort of mimics moguls. All right, so if you're using the stick to monitor your posture, bring the stick so it's attached to your head, shoulders and tailbone as you come down. Put some body weight back into the heels just for a few seconds and then come back up. All right, if you're using your weights, then moving your weights either here for first level, pushing out in front for second level. Holding for 3 seconds and then coming back up. Have a glance down at your knees. Can you push your knees towards your smaller toe when you're squatting? More advanced, let us now bring the weight overhead so the arms are in line with the ear. Try to get the sensation of the thighs being active rather than the knee joints. Usually if you're feeling it in your knees, it's because your body weight is too far forward into your toes. And you do 4 more. Breathe, last couple. So final one. Alrighty, resting off. And let's come down onto the mat. So into a cross-legged position. If cross-legged doesn't agree with your knees, you can always pop your feet out. Alrighty, so try to get yourself up onto your sit bones. Can you extend your arms up and back by your ears like this? Great. And then come forwards, hands wide, fairly wide, chin to chest. And slide your arms in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands wide, into chest. Breathe in as you slide in. Breathe out. Go wide, go forwards. And if you can switch legs, if you're doing the crisscrossy leg version. Let's do it again. So right up onto your sit bones. Go wide, hold in the reach position for a few seconds. Breathe in as you move it. Breathe out. So as far as you can in the reach. And do it again.
I know she said that I don't need her, 'cause every time I call
And last one. Alrighty. Coming up over to all fours. Knees just slightly wider than the hips. Get your knee just slightly back from your hip as well. Body weight forwards. And then opening the arm. Allow your opposite hip to drop forwards. You reach up, look to the ceiling, and then bring that hand back down. The body weight forwards as you do the same on the other side. Push the ground away with the hand that's on the floor. And let's do that again. Lengthening up and coming back down. Let's do it again. Reach. And see if you can go a little bit further. Now you've done it a few times. Opening the chest more. And do it again. Pushing the ground away. You get that strengthening effect through the bottom arm, as well as that opening out through the pecs. Sat, sort of hunched desk position, really helps to open that out. Alrighty, so from here, bring your toes together, sit back into a child pose. Lengthen your arms forwards to the front edges of your mat, and just rest your forehead down, pressing your palms flat down, sort of feeling a bit of stretch and opening under the armpit. Wriggle your fingers another inch forwards, away from you, pressing the palms down. Breathe. Alrighty, let's release. And you come to a seated position. Now I'm going to do some curls. So you need to grab a band, level 1, hook your band under your feet. Level 2, you're going to do it hands free. Or if you've got a ball there today, level 3, you can do it over the ball. You're going to roll down. Back, breathe out as we lift, and inhale as we lower. Choose your level. With your eye gaze going up towards the ceiling as you do the roll down. Inhaling on the roll back, pulling the belly button in on the roll back up. We do 2 more. Up and down is 1. The final one. Alrighty, let's do some work for our arms. So, build up to the yoga crow coming up. Can you place your hands fairly wide? And notice I'm up on my tiptoes with my knees sort of to the edges of the arm. Now as I rock forwards, I'm going to lift one of my toes off the floor and then place it down. And then as I rock forwards and put a bit of body weight in my hands, I'm lifting up my other toes. So just starting with that sort of rocking action forwards and back. Now, if you've got any wrist injuries, your wrists may not like this, so perhaps just do a few, do what you can. But more advanced, notice now I start to lift both of my feet off the floor like this and just work on holding for a few seconds and then coming back down. Choose your level. Strength enough for the wrists. The arms, and the upper body. Breathe. The last couple. final one. And then when you're done, if you just give your hands a shake out, we're going to take a stretch for our wrists by turning the palms out that way. You can get your fingers to point towards your knees and have a sit back, pressing your shoulders down. Breathe. I was having a flick through one of my yoga books this morning and I thought, well, that looks like quite a good one for the wrist strength. One to aspire to. Alrighty, so if you give your arms a shake out, and come down onto our backs again. So I'd like you to pop your hands underneath your lower back. Belly button muscle length, you've got good pressure on your hands. We're going to either knee circle or leg circle. Think of circling around your hip joint but keeping pressure steady on your hands. Now if you want to, you can extend this other leg, so you actually bend the knee. You're going to extend it out and keep it off the ground for more advanced. Circle in the opposite direction, pressing onto the hands. Alrighty, then here we're going to bend the knees, tuck them up to your chest, and then let's switch that over to the other side. Start with the hands in the curve of the back, pull the belly button in. So first level, knee circling, do it with a straight leg, level 2. Hover the other leg for more advanced. Super advanced, we straighten the bottom leg out but keep it covered. And then we reverse back in the opposite direction. Circling the leg. Breathe. Alrighty, bend your knees. Hug them up to your chest. We're going to flip onto our front. And we got some cobras next. Hands just slightly wider than the shoulder. Point the toes, press the ground away. Chin up. And release down. Let's do it again. Just checking in on how your back is feeling today. Just doing what's bearable. It's fairly comfortable but slightly uncomfortable. If it feels good and you want to push it on, you get a little bit more height with each one. I'm going to hold for 3 at the top. So we hold 3, squeeze the glutes, 2, 1, and then relax the buttocks as you come down. So again, breathing in, squeeze the buttocks, push the ground away, point the toes, and then lower. So tune into that sort of contrast of the squeezing through the glutes, extending through the feet, but then that softening and relaxing in the muscles as you come down. Inhaling on the lift, exhaling on the lower. And we do it 4 times. And last one. Spine extension. We'll meet up in our downward dog. If you can lift your tailbone up, either going for the regular downward dog, or we're going to bring our right foot into the middle like this, and this foot I'm going to bring up, point my toes, see if I can get that to sort of sit on a diagonal, reaching the toes up towards the ceiling. Deep breath. Let the heel press down on the foot that's on the floor. Push the ground away with the hands. And let's bend the knees. Switch that over to the other side. So extending the leg away. Push down through your heel. Deep breath. Alrighty, let's bring the legs down. Now if you notice now, I'm bending my knees, bringing my heels over my toes. A little toe stretch. Easy if you've got arthritic feet. Try and get your heels off the ground and your knees just hovered. A good stretch for our toes. Alrighty, let's release. If you need a drink, have a breather. We're nearly there. Okay, so let's move into a pec stretch. Find a bit of wall. Whistle the fingers backwards and go into a lunge position. So inside leg riding forwards. You get your back foot parallel. So push your back heel down, press the wall away, and turn. Look over the shoulder. Deep breath. And release. Let's go an inch higher up the wall. Fingers turn back as you press. Push down through the heel, push into the wall. Focus on your shoulder blades, pressing down your back. Breathe. Let's release. Take the fingers another inch higher up. So notice how that slightly changes the stretch the higher you go. Release, and if we switch to the other side, so nearly there. Hopefully we feel like we've had a good workout today. So again, bending into your front knee, push your back heel away. Breathe. Alrighty, let's release. Can you go an inch higher up the wall? Pressing the fingers, the palm into the wall. Pressing the back heel down. Eye gaze to look behind your shoulder. Deep breath. Great for opening out, rounding in the shoulders. So just go another inch higher up. Press. Breathe. Alrighty, and then can you find a stick? Do some stretches. For that sort of knotty area around the top of the shoulders. Walk your hands here towards each other. Once you're there, fully grip and pull. Like you're trying to pull the stick apart, aim your top elbow up. So if you can see yourself in the mirror or your screen, where's that top elbow sitting? And look down over your shoulder. And release. And let's do that again. So grip fully. Pull like you're trying to pull the stick apart. See if you can get your tailbone and the stick together. Eye gaze looking down behind the shoulder. Breathe. And release. And let's switch that over to the other side. Again, walk in the hands. Grip and pull. Turn. Look down. Deep breath. Release. Just do that one more time. So grip and pull. Turn, look down. The body weight back in your heels. Breathe. Alrighty. Has everyone got a foam roller there? Can you grab one? And find your roll. Roll out through our quadricep muscles today. Love or hate it. So if you can pop your knees just below the roller and bring yourself into a plank position. Your core active as you forearms back and then the opposite way. And just really relax your legs down into the roll as you do it. Go just above your kneecap. And nice and slowly back the other way. And for some of you that will be enough and it will be intense enough. As you get used to it, you can try crisscrossing leg over the other, which applies more pressure. Of course, depends on your threshold. If you're going to do one side, aim to do the other. Alrighty, so from here, let's bring the roll down the middle of the mat. Now you can do this weighted, or you can do it just hands free, depending on how tight your muscles are around your chest. Now wriggle the bottom down. Make sure that you've got the back of your head on your roll. So you can either do it hands free, we'll take the elbow just above the shoulder line. Hands just a bit wider than the elbows, or you can do it with a little weight here. So try and get your arms to sink down, give into gravity. Just close your eyes, tuck your chin in, breathing deeply. And again, breathing into your belly. Have a moment to be with a stretch, deep breath. And if you let go of the weight, bring your arms down by your side. Push the chin in so you're pressing the back of your head into the roll. And then release. Let's do that again. So chin in, push, breathe, and then release. And just do that one more time. So just opening the muscles around the back of the neck, so the shoulders, lengthening, and releasing. Alrighty, so if you can roll sideways off your roll. Hope you've had a good sesh today. So if you want to just unmute yourself, stop the share of the sound.